that light might not be good. I like natural light, sort of. But I'm also a believer in getting the right lighting when you're taking pictures, when you're doing videos, or what have you. Or at least try to as much as you can. Bean dip. Deodorant. Double pack. Made a stop at Super Target after my workout today. And I don't know, I'm kind of fired up. I am kind of fired up. I got a lot of thoughts on my mind. And when I got a lot of thoughts, they almost kind of come out. They need to come out. They need to get out somehow, some way. And a lot of times in my life, I'd call friends. I'd go, hey, I got this great idea. And what just happened? Hold on here. What just happened? Something happened that I did not appreciate. Are you guys still there? Today's idea. I don't know how many of you guys watched my show this morning, but I talked and somebody commented that it is so hard. They got to go through so many interviews to find a good candidate, even on low-level jobs. And I thought about it. I'm going, why would that be? Why would that be? And I kind of was chatting with them a little bit, and I go, look, 70 years ago when a guy owned a mom and pop hardware store in town, a kid would walk into his hardware store and say, Mr. Jones, I need a job. Are you hiring? And he'd throw him an apron and say, yes, I am. Go unload the truck out back. And he would have a job. He didn't need to interview hundreds of candidates. He wasn't online. He wasn't getting applications on Indeed. He didn't have AI searching for the perfect resume words for the job. A kid showed the guts to walk in and ask if he's hiring. It showed gumption. It showed he needed a job, and he had a job for him to do, and he was hired. But it doesn't stop there. I had a woman that I met in Yellowstone this summer. She lives in Vermont. I live in Chicago. She has gone from Vermont to Yellowstone and back again since I've been back. And this summer, she's going to be working in Alaska. And said I should come out and about a month ago. And we're Facebook messaging. I mean, I don't know her that well, but she's nice. We're Facebook messaging. And I go, hey, can we just talk on the phone? And she said, no, I'm not comfortable talking on the phone. And this woman asked me to visit her in Alaska this summer. I had another woman I was talking to. And I've been talking to her for years. She watches the show. She might be on right now. And we've been trying to just get together for coffee. Few emails and said, hey, let's get together at 1 o'clock on Monday, which is today, and we'll do the podcast. I go, all right, great, I'm signed up. But I was talking about it on the show. A few days pass, and he emails me going, hey, it's been crazy at work. I got to focus on clients and money generating activities, they take priority. I'll touch base again next week and see if you want to do the podcast. And I said, no, man, I'm out. I don't like being canceled on at all. And I like talking on the phone. And I think the problem that is happening and why people have to interview hundreds of people, and why love connections are so hard to come by, and why basic meetings for a cup of coffee seem so hard to accomplish, is because humans are becoming afraid of human connection, of taking part in the process of speaking on the phone, of meeting in person, of setting an appointment and sticking to it. I had a woman ask who I hadn't spoken to, ask if I'd meet for coffee tomorrow at 2. I said, no, it's probably not that important. And again, we've been trying to meet for years, but we haven't been able to get together for a cup of coffee. And why I said no to tomorrow is I would have taken the 2 o'clock coffee meeting seriously. And I would guess there was an 80% chance that this woman would have canceled. The guy on the podcast canceled. My friend that wanted me to visit him in Alaska can't talk on the phone. So my point is, text me in the morning, and I'll text back, hey, Dad, how are you doing? How are you feeling? He goes, having a cup of coffee. And that's all I'll get. And I, as a guy that feels his emotions and connects and loves and hates and cries and screams and feels things, values human connection. And I'm having a hard time getting it. I was in a relationship a few years back, and I was flirting with the woman. And I'd reach out, couldn't get her on the phone, heaven forbid. And I'd text her saying, hey, is there a way whatever I'd text, I don't know. She wouldn't even type the words. She felt it was so cool, her ability to send, I don't know if the term is emoji, but I'm going to say emoji, those like of her, that you can go on and do a little mini picture yourself saying something. So she wouldn't actually use her own words. She would just use the emoji. I chased her for 2 years and I ended up getting frustrated. Because humans are afraid to connect these days. Okay, Mosey said, I've learned if someone won't FaceTime after a week, I stop talking with them. I've talked about it. I'm not into Match.com, but I was 10 years ago, and I was building up like a library of human beings that I flirted with and chatted with and said, hey, whatever you say on Match.com. But people are afraid to get together because, maybe they always have a better option. Maybe they might think they have a better option, a better job, a better boyfriend, a better girlfriend, a better opportunity tomorrow. And here is my thought. I've been doing Coffee with Ken for 5.5 years. And I've often said that God blessed me with the ability to talk and to communicate. And he has, because I can talk and I can communicate. But what is even more important than that is my willingness to do it. is my willingness to go live with you. If one of you wanted to ask a question and really cared, I would talk to you on the phone as soon as I got off the live. If one of you were local and wanted to buy me a cup of coffee and pick my brains tonight, I'd meet you tonight. My point is, I'm a real human being that talks to you guys. I'm not a troll account like RN Mama 3218 that just joined. I'm a real human being with a real face, a real voice, talking to people that are almost afraid to be people, that are almost afraid to communicate in any deeper way than typing a few words on a keyboard, and won't put their picture on, and won't put their real name. And I will tell you what, it was probably really easy for the dude that set the appointment for the podcast today to cancel on me, because he'd never even spoken to me. He'd never even spoken to me. And I just find that so weird. I was a realtor for 17 years. And I was shocked. I was hurt how often people would cancel. Because I'd set appointments. They'd say, hey, they want to go see these 8 homes. I'd set the appointments. I'd do this, this, and this. And I'd get a text, hey, can't make it. I think it's gotten so easy in life to not meet that we've almost lost the ability to be human beings, to talk on the phone. I kid you not. I kid you not. The woman said she was messaging, and it was something I was getting tired of typing on my little phone on Facebook Messenger. I was getting bored of it. I go, hey, can we just talk on the phone? Oh, no, I don't like to talk on the phone. In my mind, I'm going, wow, that's really weird. But today she reached out and asked if I'd visit her in Alaska. But I can't get the girl to talk on the phone. No, I'm not going to Alaska. I'm not going to Alaska. You won't even pick up the phone. It's crazy. And it's not just her, and it's society. It's society. Sean says it's easy to hide behind social media. People would never behave in person like they do online. Well, Sean, I'd say this is how I behave. This is me. This is a human being. I get frustrated. I'll get ticked off. I'll get happy. I'll cry. And I think, again, my ability isn't just verbal. It's my willingness to communicate. And I think that's why 48 people are watching on a Monday afternoon. Because I'm a real human. I'm saying real things. I'm a little frustrated. I had a long talk again earlier today about the guy couldn't find anybody to work. He has to interview hundreds of people. Well, you never even talk to him on the phone. Talk to him on the damn phone before you interview. Right? Right? It's ridiculous. Why are we meeting with these little bits of data? Why would we meet with somebody and set an appointment with somebody that won't even take the time to talk to us on the phone? That person is 10 times more likely to cancel and probably is half as qualified. I let a few moderators go the other week or two ago because I never talked to them on the phone. I said, no, I won't meet you for coffee tomorrow at 2 to a woman today because we've been trying for 2 years. To get together, and we've never talked on the phone. Obviously, she doesn't care a whole lot, and I'm okay. I'm not offended that she doesn't care, but I'm just coming to the realization that this is the problem. This is why dating is hard. Nobody would ask for a phone number anymore. Nobody would even be face to face. This is why it's hard to find getting a job, because I could sit here and send out 500 resumes through Indeed in an hour. And the HR person they're not even looking at them. They're just scanning them through some AI app or whatever they use. And they're going to find if the right words happen to be in the resume. And if they do, some automated email will come to me and say, hey, we're somewhat interested. Here's the process. Go on here and fill out this thing, this test, this whatever. And I think customer service, management, satisfaction with our jobs is plummeting because of it. Because we don't know how to communicate. Because we don't know how to communicate. We don't. We don't even try. We don't even try. Yeah. We don't even try. We've lost the will. We've lost the thought that we need to. We've lost hugs. We've lost handshakes. If we're lucky, we get a fist bump. And I've come around to the fist bump a little bit. I kind of like it. It's a little faster. So what do we do? What do we do? I'm not going to live a life where I can't connect with a woman on the phone. I'm not going to meet a woman ever again that I don't speak to on the phone. You know, it's okay if I know her. It's okay if I know her. I don't mind texting to finalize a plan. Hey, I'll be 10 minutes late. But I'll tell you what, it'd be better if you weren't 10 minutes late. If you were actually on time and you stuck to your word. And I'll bet if you spoke on the phone, you'd be more likely to be on time. But we almost don't even care anymore because it's all just little bits of data. We're all just little trolls online and can say mean things and what have you. And I was just kind of looking over my day going, oh, okay. Woman asked me in Alaska. Woman wants to go to Starbucks. Haven't ever spoken to either of them. Dad can't get to talk about anything important in life, what we're going through, how we're feeling, but he's willing to say, hey, having a nice cup of coffee via text. Person on the job. It happens all the time. I was at Starbucks today and I had a wonderful time. I saw my lead pastor there. He came over, was so excited that I introduced myself. I went up and said he did a great service yesterday on the Lord's Prayer. I saw an old friend that I hadn't seen in years. We hugged a couple times and got to talk. I ran into an older couple that I'd seen but never spoken to and engaged. As human beings engage. But all this stuff, the emails, the people that claim they have jobs, but they do it from home and they don't even ever talk to anybody on the phone. They just send out emails. No wonder job satisfaction's so low. No wonder management sucks so bad. No wonder it's so hard to find somebody special. You know, and okay, somebody's called me a boomer. Again, a troll account, fake account, doesn't have the guts to put a picture on or a real name. So how important are they? Not very. But, when our grandfather's parents, they went to the dance, and this is going to sound so nostalgic and silly, but they went to a dance. They'd see a pretty girl, and they'd go ask her to dance or to get a drink. And for some reason, that girl ended up being the one, and they'd end up having long, happy relationships and, become our grandma and our grandpa. And that's how they met. They didn't meet through anonymous, crappy, fake pictures, fake. Do you know what I'm saying? But J-Rod, life isn't that. J-Rod said life just isn't like that anymore, and it probably never will be, unfortunately. But we can make it for us. And I can say, no, I won't visit you in Alaska. You won't pick up the phone and talk to me. And I can say, no, I won't meet you for coffee tomorrow at 2, and you'd probably cancel anyway, because you won't pick up the phone and talk to me. No, I won't pursue you in a dating sort of relationship because you won't pick up the phone and talk to me. No, I won't do your podcast because you won't pick up the phone and talk to me. No, Dad, I insist we have more substantive communication than just talking about the weather and what coffee you're drinking. Because these things matter. And if we just accept it in our lives, we're going to be lonely, we're going to be sad, we're going to be fake. We're going to be unhappy with our jobs, unhappy in relationships, flirting with people while we have while we're married, flirting with people because it's easy to do online. It's so hard to be committed because it's so easy on Facebook to look at, I got 4,000 friends on Facebook. Probably half of them are women. I could just sit and go, woo, I like her, I like her, I like her. It'd be so easy to be distracted if you were married. I have a job, Uncle Kenny. I appreciate you hopping on. I'm a content creator. Thank you for asking. And I make a lot of money doing it because I'm real. Well, I bet if I touched your account, you would not even be real. Let's see. How many, do you think Uncle Kenny's name is Kenny or he's real? No, he's got 3 followers and he's following 7. And he's got a picture of the guy from The Office. You might be real, Uncle Kenny, but you're a coward. You're a coward and you know it. You know it. Put your picture, put your name, be a human. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And it happens all the time. And it's so easy to do. And if you're a coward, you can pretend to be something you're not. You can pretend to be whatever you want. You can write any resume you want because you're a coward. You send it in. You can say anything you want. But in your heart, you got to know you're a coward. In your heart, you got to know. I mean, we do. If we do, you do. And my point is, I am, again, not, here's the value to my show. I'm real. I'm here. I'm talking about things that matter to me. I'm gaining creators. I'm gaining followers. I'm probably even making some dang money doing this. I'm not afraid to do this. I could talk all day. I can't even imagine if I really put my effort into this. Because I'm just kind of flirting with it. I just kind of hop on in the mornings. But I got a lot of passion. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts to share. I bet you if I hopped on 10 times a day, double my subscriber count or follower count in a month. I don't have to talk for an hour. I can just talk as the ideas come. Jason said, more Ken, more money. Yeah. So I'm driving home today, and rather than wait till tomorrow morning, I was fired up. I thought I'd share this. I'd share these thoughts, see what you guys felt, see what your opinions were, but not overly absorb them. Not overly absorb them, because your opinions are fine. You can have them. But I don't need to be affected by them. You don't need to be affected by mine, but you're watching, so you must want to be. You must care about what I have to say. You must think I have something to say that makes sense. And I think that's what's going on. Mike, I am going to keep doing what I'm doing. I am going to keep doing what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what platform. It doesn't matter what platform I'm on. Yeah, Sean, they do, because we're craving it. We're craving it. I'm craving to hear the woman's voice on the phone that wants to invite me to Alaska. But she won't. I don't want to talk on the phone. Come out to Alaska and meet me. But I, for one, am craving human contact. And I, for one, am sick of having guys email me an appointment on a podcast and then blow it off like it meant nothing. And I am not going to do it anymore. And I don't have to. Because I'm me. I'm real. You guys know what I look like. Here I am. Here's my voice. This is me. And I feel pretty good about that. And you must feel good about it too, because you're watching. Yeah. So I can hop on as often as I want, and my page is going to grow faster, and I'm going to share my thoughts, and whether you agree with them or not is swell. But I'm not going to worry about having to do it with a cup of coffee every morning at 6 if I got something to say on Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Because I have a lot of things to say. And I have a voice and an ability to speak that connects to an audience. And what is most important, I've got the balls to do it. And most people don't. And that feels pretty good. So, I have my tin of bean dip. And I am super excited to dig in and eat it because I am pretty hungry. And I have had a great morning. And I am full of thoughts. And I am full of passion. And I'm full of emotions and ideas. And I am willing to share them with you as in the flesh as we can do. And I want to thank you so much for joining today. And I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week, that you are feeling good, that you are loving yourself, that you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.